2, 1. We're live. Episode 17 of GuardianCast. And EXO is currently AFK, is going to come back any second, but he won't get the opportunity to argue with me about what episode number it is. So, that's always a plus.
Yeah, it's 16. No doubt about it.
17, guys, 100%. Yes. Anyway, Huffy, how's it going?
Nutty.
You enjoying some cashews, or what are those?
Yeah, these are roasted whole cashews.
They are nice.
A little heartier than the normal McDonald's.
Yeah. I would imagine, I don't know, actually, like if you were in a bunker, you know, if you were in a bunker and you had to live on something, I think the McDonald's would actually keep you alive longer than just bags of nuts, if I had to take a guess.
You're probably right, man. You're probably right. McDonald's would also, yeah, never mind. That's gross.
Well, also with the McDonald's, if you were in a bunker, you wouldn't have to eat it all at once because it wouldn't start to break down. You could keep it down there for weeks and it would still be whole.
Man, that stuff is so dry.
Yeah. And
just like doesn't invite, like fungus.
Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely weird. There's this place called Wawa near me. You guys have Wawas in New York? No, but you know what they are.
I have no idea.
Right? No. It's basically a deli that also has like gas stations and just a general convenience store, and they're like super popular. Like everyone goes there for everything. But anyway, they have these like sliced fruits, like apples and mixed fruits and stuff like that, and people get them at work sometimes. There was this one time someone left like these sliced apples in the fridge, and literally months went by. And then I looked in there and I was like, that can't possibly be the same fruit. It literally looks the same. And it was. The expiration date on there was from like months ago. I was like, how do you not get mold on fruit? That makes no freaking sense.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you achieve that by drying out the fruit and then soaking it in chlorine. And
it's got to be chemicals, man. Yeah, it's got to be chemicals. Yeah. But hey, it's still fruit. Healthy, confirmed.
Hey.
So anyway, this week on GuardianCast, been playing some Iron Banner. Have you been playing any Iron Banner?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had to be honest. I hate the freaking graviton.
Oh, do you?
Because it's now my responsibility when my teammates are freaking idiots. Okay. Like peeking a lane. Right? And people don't realize that they're absolute, and then they blow up, and then I blow up, and everybody behind me blows up. And it's like, listen, you need to get your dumb head out of the hallway so that everybody doesn't explode. It makes me so angry, man.
So,
I hate the graviton lamp.
EXO, we just started. We're talking about Iron Banner. If you want to go ahead and give your thoughts.
No, I haven't played any Iron Banner this week. So.
Haven't played any. Okay.
I played like one match. I played Bannerfall. Feels like a pretty big map. It's actually my first time ever playing Bannerfall.
Oh.
I never played it in the original D1, so.
Interesting. It seems to come up pretty rare, so I'm surprised you got it in one match. It is also the Trials map this weekend, guys. So
good.
Yeah.
Good.
That map is huge.
Yeah.
Good.
It's actually, I thought Huffy did you get to play it or no, Huffy?
No.
Okay.
I never got it.
So,
it's smaller also?
When you get it, I want to know what you think, because it feels a little smaller to me than it did in Destiny 1.
I honestly think that they are scaling the map. Like, I think they're porting them over, like, with a different scaling and, like, doing it across the board and not realizing it. Like, here's what I think is going on. I'm pretty sure that they're taking the the base like map polygons and like remodeling over those polygons, which is causing like a thickening because the maps feel like just as wide in some place but they
Yeah.
feel like clunkier in others. And I think that's because of just like the polygons being thicker.
And the
like,
doorways
closing
feel like smaller, right?
Yeah, it's because of like that thickening and them just like layering models on top of each other.
Yeah.
And so it's causing this like claustrophobic feeling.
Yeah, my Guardian feels like a giant all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's really weird. But that being said, there's
I
one.
thought the hallways were very, very, very tiny.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to be?
No.
No, they were much bigger in D1.
Yeah. So one thing I'm noticing about Bannerfall that I miss from D1 is like with the new weapon system compared to D1, the thing on Bannerfall to do was at the very beginning of the match, both teams jumped up on the railing and sniped each other out. And that can't happen anymore, and I miss it. I gotta say. Yeah. So I found myself jumping up there and just out of muscle memory and being like, I can't do anything. You know? I can't.
Yeah. I mean, it was always obnoxious.
Yeah.
Because, and then like the goal of the match was for everybody to sit with snipers like by the tree, or like head glitch like on the stairs from the two bottom cuffies, and they just like walk back and forth at head level and wait for somebody to run by.
Well,
and thankfully that's not the deal anymore, because that was bullshit.
Both trees are gone now. Like the one is just a stump, the other one's like dead and is like a little bit more than a stump, but it's not a fully fledged tree.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's like a dead stump and something else. I don't know. I didn't even look at the other side of the map. It's so confusing, the hallways and everything. I mean, you have to kind of look at an over from the first time. I only played it one time, so.
And there's like this new room in there. I can't remember like exactly like how they fit it in there. I'd love to see like an actual bird's eye view of this map, but there's like a new room in there. It's really bizarre looking. I only played it once so far. Right now, guys, you cannot access it in private matches yet. You can't access it in the quick play playlist or in competitive, but it can be randomly come up in Iron Banner, and it is the trials map this weekend, which I haven't played any trials.
That'll be next weekend, though, right? They're probably
after reset. You'll have full access to it in every playlist.
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
Anytime we have a new map,
right.
That's kind of how it's gonna always be.
So I want to take a
like
second to talk about like the token system here, because I wasn't sure what was gonna happen with season 3, but I had like 1,000 tokens left over from last season, and I basically came in, turned them all in, not all actually. I got up to rank 35, and I still had like 400 left, and I got everything, and then I played like 3 to 5 matches, and I got really, really annoyed with that load-in bug where you get stuck loading, and I said,
"It's still happening?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about that in a second, but
it's the same cache issue.
That's actually not. It's
not?
No, it's a hardware issue. I'll talk about it in a second, but
PS4, Xbox One?
No, it's only happening on PC.
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
So I just got annoyed with it and said, I think I'll just wait for them to fix this bug and not play this time, because there's nothing really for me to earn besides the ornaments.
Yeah.
But so what's happening with that bug is apparently AMD hardware is not cooperating for whatever reason when loading in. And so if you have like one person with AMD hardware in that entire lobby, someone has to get kicked out for it to start. And they have a fix for it, but it won't go live till next week, when Iron Banner will obviously be gone. So
well, it's the first time Iron Banner's though in here, so it's not the end of the world, because we're gonna see Iron Banner several more times during the season 3. So and even if you don't do any progress now, you'll have plenty of time to do lots of progress later. 3 or 4 times easily.
100%.
Yeah.
And most people are doing what you're doing anyway, EXO. They're like on the like hard PvE grind, trying to get like the light level up.
Like
that's what everything's about right now is power level anyway. So I mean, I'm not focusing on Iron Banner because there's so much more to do than PvP right now for me. So
one
last thing. Oh, actually two last things about Iron Banner. Number one, the fire team based matchmaking that they have in every other playlist does not apply to it right now. They said next time it comes around, they're going to try and work something in. They're worried about how it's going to play with 6v6 and like the matchmaking system. So it's understandable.
You're saying like a 6 stat going in against 6 random people.
Right. That it should adjust for skill to try and balance the match. And then there's the controversy that everybody's been talking about this week. Unfortunately, there's an emote bundle in Eververse called the Iron Banner Bundle, and
I'm gonna buy it.
and it's 11. It's 1,100 silver, and
So
you
it's $10.
yeah, and you cannot earn it in game.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so
you can only purchase it.
a lot of
mean,
people are
kind of-
really mad because it's the Iron Banner Bundle. It's tied to the event.
It does seem weird that's the case, but
Yeah.
I mean, we have to kind of like, oh, test is totally different, but like people aren't spending as much money on test anymore. That this might be a reason for them to say, hey, you want to spend money on test now?
Yeah.
To give her specific reasons to exist.
I would say with the reception. I mean, I'm not somebody
It's not
who's
like it's
pissed.
random.
It's not. Yeah, it's not random.
It's not random. You get the emote.
I'm not someone who's pissed, but a lot of people are. Like they've gotten some bad feedback from this, so I think we will see a change next time Iron Banner comes around.
Maybe it'll become available through that, but honestly, I don't think so because you got to think about all the people who have already paid $10 for the emote.
True.
And you know, you have to.
Maybe they'll
consider
add a
from
new
both.
one. Maybe they'll add a new one or
They'll
something.
add a new one, maybe similar. That'll be
I think
gettable.
it is a little bit short-sighted to add. Like, it's okay to sell an emote. It's different to sell an emote called the Iron Banner emote and then make it not obtainable in Iron Banner. That's a little bizarre,
I mean, yeah,
It's
but
similar
like
to the Iron Lords, right?
we also got.
We don't have any idea what Iron Lords mean. Could mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of cool like stuff that was attainable through other things. That it's a cosmetic item. We have like trials only cosmetics. We have like raid only cosmetics. Like if they want to give us like one like very ostentatious emote that you have to pay for, it's like I don't know, man. Like it seems like a fine business model to me. I got so much content that I am not worried.
Yeah, I'm not worried about paying the extra $10 either. I mean, that's for me. That's like, hey, if you want the emote, cool. And I don't think it's going to be available next week, is it?
Probably not.
It's one emote.
I mean, like,
Right.
I understand what you guys are saying.
It should be more. The value for that $10 should
Yeah.
be like more than just one emote. But I'm really happy that it's not. At least it's not a random chance at getting it.
That's
the
true.
Emote.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm personally not going to pay for it. I don't really care either way, but
Yeah.
I will say that the general consensus out there is not what you guys are saying. People are very angry about it. Like, I don't know why, but this was the thing of the week to rage over. So,
Dude, we're gonna look for something to rage over. Dude, we're raging about one emote and not like. I mean, we were raging about much different stuff a month ago. So
Fundamental problems with the game. We're talking about.
yeah, I just don't like seeing like the.
Oh, this right here. Bungie spend as much time designing new raid armor as you do $10 emotes.
They do. Well, I mean, I don't know about raid armor, but like they spend a lot of time on those Ikelos weapons and stuff. I mean, I don't think that's
Yeah.
fair to say.
Exactly. I mean, this plus Mars being like 3 or 4 times the scale size of Mercury.
So, those new weapons that came with this season of Iron Banner and the ornaments. First of all, the ornaments look pretty cool. And the weapons.
They look sick, except for the.
Yeah, the wings. Yeah. So, the weapons, though, I'm going to say about 90% of them are garbage. But the hand cannon, let me tell you, I was using it all last night.
Yeah.
I
Which hand cannon?
love
I'm
the
sorry?
hand cannon. It's
I
called
was looking at-
the finite something. I can't remember the full name of it. Finite
And you
something.
can get that just from turning in tokens, right?
Yeah, you got to get rank 30 or something like that. Yeah, It's really good. It's the only hand cannon in the game with snapshot, and it's just
Yeah.
it's super quick ADS and draw
What class
speed.
is it?
It is a 140, and it's an
Called
energy.
it.
It's an
Called
energy.
it.
You did, but Huffy, you were
It's an
wrong.
energy.
You were wrong about something with that. I was at the Vanguard, and I was looking at this model of the Better Devils, and I'm like, oh, I remember how Huffy said, if it's a Better Devils model, it's always the same archetype. If it's a different model,
Yeah.
it's always a different archetype. It's a 180 Better Devils archetype at the Vanguard.
Really?
Yeah, super weird.
It's a 180 with that model?
Yeah.
Is that new?
Well, this season.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I'll never. See, that doesn't exist to me because
Yeah.
I will never own anything from Zavala. So,
Main ingredient, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, main
Yeah.
ingredient.
but it's still poop on PC.
Yeah.
It's all right. I mean, I think, it has its uses.
It's good with the controller.
It
I work
is.
with it fine. I
It
mean,
is.
I use it pretty regularly now, but
Dude, I mean, if you feel it with aim assist, it's
Is it
like
better?
it's the only way to use a fusion rifle is with aim assist. You
Yeah.
like don't even have to look at the person. Like
Yeah.
you don't even have to aim it. You
Yeah,
just
the bolts just like collapse on them, you know.
yeah. There's
it's
no
like,
spread. They just like well,
last week I played around with the Skyburner's Oath, and I was across the map on one of the PvP maps. Was they were like there was like a bridge there. It's the one with the I don't know the name of the map. It's like it's got the one in the center that's got the bridge with the thing, and then it's across. It's like two big things here, and then like the thing here with the teleports over to the side.
the Earth map.
Yeah, it's on Earth, and
Yes.
I was on one side of I was by A on the far side, and they were on the
Yeah.
bridge trying to snipe me, and I just stepped out and I just non-ADS Skyburners, and I was like headshot.
Wow, that's weird.
Dude, no, listen, the non-ADS Skyburners, like the tracking that they have on those
Yeah,
explosives,
it's ridiculous.
are
It aims right
gross.
for the head.
yeah, it's like people aren't like really using it in PvP, but it's dumb. But
I've seen probably a handful of Skyburners, but I have not been killed by it once.
that's dude, if you ADS, it's trash.
Yeah.
But if you're just hip firing, like
Because they track you and they aim
Yeah.
for your head.
But like I've seen the tracking bullets from like far, and I'm just like, what are they trying to do with that? You know, I mean, it doesn't. You have to be like within a certain range, I think, for that
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make
for
any
sure.
sense.
for sure.
And that seemed to be the acceptable range right there. It's like if you were killed by that though, or that guy who was the guys who were killed by that who were like, what did he shoot me with?
Yeah.
Skyburners.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Michael in chat is saying like with the new Lion Rampant perk, that's going to be insane, which we'll get to that.
Well, like there are certain exotics that are just going to be buffed beyond the regular exotics, so it's like why do I want to use any of the other ones? Did they say that they had more to come, or is this
Yeah.
this
Yep.
6 it?
No, this 6 is it for next week, but the rest are all getting done in July.
So
Yeah.
we're not getting a buff to Celestial Nighthawk or like
No.
changes to
I'm-
that at all.
No,
Not
no.
yet.
And I don't
But
know
they
like
are going masterwork.
Yeah, but they haven't said anything about that yet. We haven't had a preview or anything. All right, so before we get to that, we have a GuardianCast exclusive here for the first time ever, guys. We have some breaking news that,
Whoa,
that is
whoa,
being
whoa.
totally slept on. That I have to bust out here. Resilience is completely broken. It's not working at all. I don't know when it broke, if it was the Go Fast update or with Warmind, but thanks to Dudley for pointing this out to me. We did some extensive testing in private matches. I'd like to put some sort of a video together about it, but I have no video editing skills, so we'll have to see. Anyway, there's no reason to run more than one resilience at all. Basically, the difference between one resilience and 10 is like 2 SMG bullets.
Wow.
Yeah, you can live through 5 Mida headshot, or you die to 5 Mida headshots at 1 resilience. It still takes 2 hand cannon shots to the head, 2 to the body with a 150, just like it would at any other resilience. There's like no meaningful change at any of the resilience intervals, and it didn't used to be that way. So something must have got messed up when they tweaked mobility or something, but
It's probably the
Well, did
strength
you-
of the weapons are increasing slowly,
Well,
and that's
it's-
what's causing.
I don't think so, because they didn't buff the legendary weapons.
Listen, it's always been 5 Mida headshots, right? But it's like the amount of body shots that you can get mixed in with that.
It takes 7 at 1 resilience body shots.
No, it doesn't. We're talking about the combination.
Mhm.
The difference
Yeah,
was
so
between
4-1
two-
is what he's saying. Four body shots, 1 headshot, or 4-3. You know, whether or not it takes less body shots and more headshots to kill
Yeah,
you at
it
5
was always
shots.
3 or 2. If you didn't have 4 resilience, then you could.
What I'm
get-
saying is it takes 5. So like, if you do 4 in 1 body shot, you will live at 1 resilience.
I need to see that to believe it
Yeah.
because I don't.
Well, I can send you the VOD.
Yeah, please
Uh,
send me the VOD. I mean,
but-
I'll look at it after this. Like, that's gross.
Yeah.
If that's true, then that's like
There's
Like,
no reason
I-
to run it at all. At
Yeah.
all.
I need to see a Guardian get shot
All right.
4 times in the head and once in the body and not die.
Yeah. Yep. It's
'Cause
pretty
that's what it's
nasty.
supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be 4 times in the body, 1 shot in the head at 4 resilience, and that's
Yeah.
supposed to keep you alive.
At 4
If you
resilience,
have
you
one
can get
resilience.
2 body shots still. You can get 3 headshots and 2 body shots was the way it was.
Mhm. Yeah. So I've completely changed my build now. I'm running 9-1-4 with 2 grenade mods and 2 class ability mods, and not getting shredded by anything because it feels exactly the same. We tested it with Crimson. We tested it with both archetypes of hand cannons that are primarily used. We tested it with the Mida, and what else did we
That's
use?
dumb.
The SMG. Yeah, the SMG was like, again, two SMG bullets between 1 and 10 was the difference. It's really, really stupid.
2 bullets.
2 bullets.
That's really dumb.
Yeah. So I don't know if it applies in PvE. The other thing I didn't test was 0. I couldn't get down to 0 resilience, so I don't know if that makes any difference. But I know that some classes can get down to 0 with certain builds, depending on exotics. But so that requires further testing. But yeah, I would say for now there's something very wrong with it.
Yeah, that's silly. That is straight silly.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it like I believe you, and I'm really excited about that because I'm glad to put my points somewhere else for the time being.
Yeah, and it's something like not everybody knows about, so it's something you can kind of get an edge with for now. I'm
Yeah.
sure that the word will get out there, and that's why I'd kind of like to put a video out about it. But
Mida is the lightweight one, right? It's a lightweight.
Yeah.
It says it's always been at 7 body shots to kill.
7, yeah. But
Yeah.
So there's no difference though. 7 body shots, regardless of resilience, though.
As far as I'm aware, there's no resilience
Yeah,
calculation at all.
which is a
It
problem.
just says lightweight has 7 body shots. So optimal shots to kill for a lightweight is 3
3
C2B. So 3
critical. Yeah,
crit. So 3 crit,
Critical,
2
2
body
body, yeah.
shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was with 4 resilience earlier, and then at 3 resilience you could get 2 headshots and 3 body shots, which
Yeah.
was mainly a big deal on console.
Okay, so I see the resilience math here. All right, so let me go all the way over because this is supposed to be updated. So it, according to the math on the lightweight body shot, which is right here, 4 crit 1 body shot is the optimal kill, but
yeah. I
it's
guess
still
so.
7 body shots. It's still 7 body shots across the
Yeah.
map.
Mhm.
The
It'll
only
always
thing
be
that
7.
changes, and it changes at 3 to 4, is the optimal time to kill, seeing if you can get 3 crits and 2 bodies above 4.
Yeah.
So if you can get, if you're above 4, you should not be able to get 3 crits and 2 bodies.
Now, what
You have to get
about
4 crits and 1
pre-patch, like pre-patch with the hand cannons, Huffy? Do you know if it ever took anything other than 2 headshots, 2 body shots for any amount of resilience?
In my 15,000 Better Devils kills, I never experienced a differentiation. But I never used 150s very much.
Did you try it above 4 and try like the combination of 3 headshots, 2 body shots?
Above,
Are you saying that's what you tried?
right?
And
Yeah. Nothing. Everything for the 140s and 150s was 2 headshots, 2 body shots. We tested it at
So
1.
So EXO is still talking about scouts,
Oh.
and you're now talking
Oh,
about hand
okay.
cannon.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it never made a difference for hand cannon.
Yeah.
Well, 140s, it never made a difference.
yeah, so like I don't think it ever makes a difference. Well, I mean, yeah, you do need to. What's this? 13 and 10. It's supposed to be auto rifles are supposed to make a difference, a small difference, only 1 bullet difference.
1 bullet.
Yeah, one bullet in auto rifles between 3 and 4. But the main issue is the might, obviously, right? So you're saying, and what you said is true, is that you can live from a 3 crit 2 body below 4 resilience.
Right.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be the breaking point. Because at 3, you're supposed to be able to kill somebody with 3 headshots, 1 body, and then at 4, it turns, or no, I'm sorry, 3 headshot, 2 body, and then it changes at 4 to 4 headshot, 1 body.
Yeah.
You're saying you don't need to do that because you can.
Right. There's like, compared to grenade mods or recovery or mobility,
4
it just
headshot,
seems
1 body is going to kill him either way, right?
right. So for the minor upgrade that you get with like a couple SMG or auto rifle bullets between 1 and 10, it's like I don't see a reason to do that at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I'll get that footage to you, see what you think of it, and if you want to do any further testing on that with other combinations of stuff I didn't think of. I think we tested probably about a good half hour, 45 minutes, so
Yeah, I'd love to get in the mix and like shoot some things.
yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about escalation protocol real quick. I have not completed all 7 rounds at all.
Me either.
I got 9 people together with Huffy the one time, and we got to like round 5 or something like that, but too many low people. Apparently, Gigs
it's
this
designed...
week did a 3-man, the first 3-man.
That's awesome.
And Bungie is saying
they won't do it next week, or they won't. They wouldn't. They couldn't have done it last week.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say like I don't believe in their ability, but I think it's highly overtuned.
Yeah.
I think they even said like we knew we designed it right when we couldn't beat it ourselves.
So Bungie is saying it's designed for 3 people. Like,
I know.
So
but
I know.
wrong.
But so like their philosophy, and if you read about it here, they're saying like basically everybody's just not leveled up enough yet, and that
okay,
and that it should be for 3 people. So have you tried it with 385s, EXO?
I am 380, like usable to be on that stuff. I'm like 384, 382, 383. You cannot tell me there's that big of a difference between 383 and 385. What they were doing was they were I believe they were sniping him from the thing. Like like last week would have been impossible for 3 people to do it. It's just impossible because you have to get his shield down with the sword, and the last week was hard enough as it was.
Yeah.
So
would you recommend them making it easier, or would you recommend them allowing you to matchmake with more people?
Allowing you to matchmake with more people.
Yeah. Okay.
100%. Dude, if you could take 6 people in there, that would be so fun.
Yeah.
To have another 6-man activity.
So all of the weapons I've seen so far have been really good. The shotgun is amazing. The SMG is amazing. I've seen so many people using the SMG in PvP. And the sniper apparently is the best PvE sniper, legendary in the game. It's like
Yeah,
a
it's supposed to be better
Darcy
than Darcy.
legendary.
Well, the reason why it's better than Darcy is it does the same amount of damage because of box breathing. So it'll do the same amount of damage as Darcy, but what you won't have to worry about with Darcy is that it's arc.
Right.
So you can actually change it
Right.
To void, so it makes it better for escalation protocol. In addition to that, you also freed up your exotic slot.
So keep the feedback going to Bungie. We'll keep this situation monitored as people start to get higher level, and I'm sure more people will continue to complain, especially, we're 3 weeks in now. I still haven't completed it, so I know the majority of people still haven't completed it probably.
It's like this week isn't that big of a challenge,
Okay.
but last week was next to impossible unless you had like either 9 people coordinating with each other to figure out. I don't know what the least amount of players gigs Flesh and Glad did it with last week, if they did it last week at all,
Right.
with a lower amount of people, but it was hard. There was a shield that you had to break from a knight, and you had to all the escalation protocol level 7s work like this. There are shriekers in the sky. There are 3 of them. You got to kill them because they'll kill you if you get close to the boss. Then there are wizards. There's 2 wizards, and they could be in the front. They could be in the back. They're probably in the back shooting you while you're shooting the shriekers, so you got to watch out for that. Then there's a knight. And I don't actually think in all the other ones there wasn't anything, but in this particular case last week with the knight boss, there's a knight that you have to kill. He drops a sword. That sword is what is the only thing that destroys his shield, and you have to hit him, I think, like 20 or 30 times, and every 20 or 30 times he's like slamming the ground. So you have to have a Titan bubble like right at his feet, and he's slamming you the entire time, and you're just slashing him, and you have multiple people in there slashing him. That's why I don't think it's really possible to get a 3-man to do it last week. And I know the reason why they did it this week is because this boss was a lot easier.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away from their accomplishment because it's an insane feat to see it, because we can see such a big difference between 8 and 9 people that doing it with 3 just sounds insane to me.
So
and
you
that was
guys
this week.
You guys want to talk about these new exotics, the exotic reworks?
Yeah, I'm sad. So I'm excited they're getting reworked. I'm sad that they picked these first.
Well,
basically because I'm a hunter and I just really want them to see.
Exotics.
Well, but that's the point, isn't it? They want to pick the worst exotics to make better.
I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
But I don't give a shit. I just want bones of mayo. I just want them to make
Rampant isn't the worst exotic.
Yeah.
All right,
Lunafaction isn't.
Let's go through it like sort of systematically. The Titan first. So Syntheseps. I find this one kind of weird because this is probably their best exotic. Why is it getting reworked first? I don't really know.
Best PvP exotic, yeah.
Yeah. So like now you get this perk that adjusts your melee damage depending on the number of enemies around you, right? And it's gonna.
It already did that.
Right, but it's saying it grants a flat bonus to melee and super damage when you're surrounded by 3 or more enemies. But what is the difference from that before then?
Well, earlier it was if you were near 2 people, you could double punch one of them.
Okay. So now you have to have 3. So it's actually a nerf then.
No,
No. It's actually a buff. Like before it had like depending upon the number of
I
enemies
see.
that
You
was
keep
around
it.
you,
You keep it after you're not surrounded.
Flat. Now it gives you that flat bonus to not only that, and this is a big thing, to not only that, but also your super damage when you're surrounded by 3 or more enemies. So I don't know, Callous Room where you're surrounded by 3 dogs, suddenly you have your super damage is increased because of the Syntheseps. I mean, that might be something people wear now in a Callous Room to see how much more damage they can get out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about this. I already it feels like lag when you get hit by a Syntheseps because it's so far away. Like that, even if you're not the one getting hit, a lot of times I'll be like trying to snipe out a Titan, and if he Syntheseps melees something, his character like unnaturally like jerks.
Yeah.
You know, it's like not even a lunge. It's just like all of a sudden they're just like teleporting like a couple frames over. It's really
I think
weird
that
looking.
might be. I think that might. Do you think that might be an issue of the frame rate cap though on the?
I have no idea. There's so many things that are
No.
tied to frame rate. That's another thing. So like we found out like last week that like you know how when you pop your super on PC, like if you're a golden gun in midair, you pop your super, it stops your momentum midair and you'll just fall straight down.
Yeah, it's a frame rate issue.
It's a frame rate issue. So that's another thing that's got to get fixed. So this could be another frame rate issue. I have no idea, but it does look
Possibly
really
is.
weird.
I mean, you don't see it on 30 frames because you all you see is the person just
You
running
do?
forward.
You do.
You do a little bit.
No, you like it's
Maybe
always a teleport.
Yeah.
Because what happens is like you're from that distance, you are being locked to the other Guardians like positioning on the map like instantaneously, and so there's just no way that it's like they can have that melee. It's the same thing that happened with Stormcallers in D1.
Twice the melee
But at
range
least as
at the
Stormcallers, with Stormcallers, they don't have to move their character because it's just electric shooting out of their hands.
Their model's still
Yeah.
their model's still adjusted.
So you're saying it's twice the melee range at the same speed. So it's not like it. So like the same amount of speed that goes into a regular melee, but now he has twice the range, and that animation has to happen at
the same
twice as fast.
Yeah, it has to happen at the same amount of time that it takes to do a normal melee lunge. So it's just like this unnatural jerk.
Yeah, I feel really gypped though playing a hunter because of the
well, there is the other Titan exotic is the Lion Rampant, and this is
the
going to be
most used exotic in PvE.
This is going to be a menace in PvP too, because you put these Lion Rampants on, you're going to be able to Titan skate with a macro and shoot. I mean, it's not going to be easy to land shots, but if you have an SMG on, or a shotgun, that is going to be so annoying. People flying by you with an Acreus, can you imagine?
Have they talked about whether or not they feel that the Titan skating is cheating?
I don't think they know what to do, because they've talked about how they want to embrace things that are mistakes that people find fun. Like they've regretted nerfing the shoulder charge because people were using it as a movement ability instead of an attack.
Yeah, but if I'm on my Titan, I can get to be faster than anyone else. There's no one who can get to me faster other than another Titan skating hunter.
Yeah.
Titan skating Titan.
But it is weird to do and like difficult.
Right. But this specifically, you're going to have perfect in-air accuracy according to this. It says your aerial hipfire doesn't have an aerial accuracy penalty.
Right.
So like they're just going to be flying around with SMGs and Acreus. That is going to be a problem, I think. We'll have to see how it plays out. Like I'm not worried about people flying around with hand cannons or anything, but
they'll be like the typical hunter will always. I don't know if you know this about, but hunters always jump when they're 80, like when they're looking around a corner, and it's like you actually know where to expect them now because they're not going to be on the ground, they're going to be in the air. So Titans, I mean, I think maybe that's more of a, because they're going to have the Lion Rampants, they're going to probably be doing the same thing now.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it. There's so much risk involved with the Titan skate forward. I have no issue.
I mean, so I do see some people who are just like, they obviously like just discovered it and like run into walls and stuff, but the annoying people to go against are the ones who don't use it all the time. They'll like use their normal jump regularly, and then all of a sudden you'll pop your super and they're just gone. You know, it's like
Titan skating twice, and that's all it takes.
Yeah. So then you're just like, okay, well, it's completely impossible to kill them now.
Warlocks have to pop their super to become faster than you.
Yeah.
And
I don't even know if they are faster. It's like the same with Dawnblade.
Warlocks, Dawnblade is the fastest freaking class in the game when it's
faster than the macro Titan skating.
Well,
yeah. Yeah.
It definitely accelerates. It takes way longer to get to that speed on a Titan than it does on a Warlock.
You
Like
have
a
to,
Warlock can just like
I think you have to be Titan skating like 4 times to be able to get close to the speed that the Warlock can just get immediately. The jump, I made 2 jumps on my Warlock and on the Nessus map that they redesigned from D1.
Yeah.
And I was on B, and I moved all the way to C with 2 jumps. Or no, I'm sorry, not C. What was that? B. There was cave. I went from cave to like the open area in 2 jumps.
Oh, like jungle boats.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, with war, and I got 4 kills because the person who spawned like I killed him twice.
Yeah.
So hunters are getting the shaft with this.
Yes, hunters are, these exotics are poop.
The Dragon's Shadow, you're gonna get your reload. So basically, use Gambler's Dodge. There's no reason to use the other dodge because you're getting your reload anyway. Use Gambler's Dodge; it'll reload all 3 of your weapons. It's gonna be more of a PvE thing, I think, than a PvP thing because it's gonna translate to DPS. But you know.
Well, now it includes a bonus to mobility.
A bonus to mobility, and also if you use Arc Strider, then like the built-in perk, I think it's still staying, which is the increased dodge distance. So that's helpful to close the gap with spamming dodge on this if you're Arc Strider.
It does say the effects of Wraith Metal Mail, which I believe is the perk from getting it. So you don't get the effects of Wraith Metal Mail like right away. You have to dodge. So you have to dodge.
Yeah.
Dodge now reloads all the weapons simultaneously, which is fine.
Right.
Which actually is a perk, but then you don't get the bonus to mobility all the time just when you dodge.
And the bonus to mobility is fine and all, but like I already run 9 mobility, so the most that they can give me is 10. I don't know how much of a bonus it is, but it always caps out at 10. It never can stack above that with any of these kind of perks. So unless something's changed, but
I don't know if that's. I don't know how it works with armor, but I mean with weapons, you know, like using a lightweight weapon,
you can't
like,
go above 10. Yeah.
I guess I'm
no,
not that worried about it.
What you can do, Huffy, is you get a faster sprint speed with lightweight weapons because you can have like 4 tiers of sprint speed apparently, with only like specific perks in the game. But mobility itself with the strafe speed and jump height can't go above 10. 10 is the absolute limit.
So they're like 4 different parameters.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a parameter that can only be capped out using lightweight.
Yeah.
Which is your side to side speed. Like your like forward and back strafe is like tuned completely separately from your left or right strafe.
Mm-hmm.
And you need lightweight to max that out.
Well, this is another thing we can next time you're on we can test in private matches. But I
100%.
know know for a fact though that you're at least right about sprint speed. Sprint speed is affected by lightweight weapons, some of the Arc Strider perks, stompies, and if you stack certain things don't stack, certain things do stack, and it's like does not explain it to you, but there's like 4 tiers of sprint speed that you can get that way.
Yeah.
The Mechaneer's Trick Sleeves, I don't use sidearms, so this is not going to be helpful to me at all, but swapping to a sidearm while critically wounded increases its damage.
This sucks for console.
Yeah, because of Last Hope.
You'll be able to 2-burst someone with the Last Hope.
Ugh.
So like Shores of Time, right? You get critically wounded, you like pull out onto B, right, and break line of sight behind that door. Somebody runs through, you've jumped in the air on a hunter, and you 2-burst them.
Yeah.
In the head with the Last Hope. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Very. I don't know. If they would have just fixed the one broken weapon in the game, I wouldn't be worried about this. But like that shit is still broke.
But hey, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You play on PC now, so.
Yeah, I mean, I still have to worry about people running around with a controller and.
I don't see it that often, man. It's super.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's still annoying because it breaks the flow.
I think the reason you don't see it as much is because Even though it technically has the fastest time to kill if like you land your shots up close, you have to worry about people being super accurate. Like
Yeah.
even in close quarters, I can four tap somebody with a hand cannon, so there's not a lot of room for error with the sidearm. You know, the Warlock Lunafaction boots sound awesome. Like, and I'm gonna be curious to see what Exo has to say about this when he gets back. But basically, you get unlimited ammo till it's gone, is what it sounds like. No reloading. You don't have to step out of it anymore.
That's kind of awesome.
So this begs the question to me: what is the point of a rally barricade? Right? Because who wants to have to crouch up and down when you can just stand in a rift?
Yeah, I guess the point of a rally barricade is, I don't know. I guess it's just like great value Warlock rifts.
Yeah.
It's like,
So this will be a PvE must-have now for Warlocks. No reason to run anything else, at least for now.
Sunbracers I'm excited about.
Yeah, so these have kind of always been in this like mediocre range since Destiny 1.
Yeah.
So now you're still going to get the increased duration of solar grenades, but it says solar melee kills grant unlimited solar energy for a brief time. Grenade energy. So that's kind of a weird wording to me. What the heck is unlimited for a brief time?
It means that you'll be able to throw like maybe like 3 solar grenades after a melee kill, like without worrying about your cooldown.
But
it's
like
the same kind of effect that you got like popping.
Why word it that way? It's not unlimited if it's for a brief time, right?
Yeah.
That's super weird.
It just means that you will, you know, I get why they said it like that.
Yeah. So it probably will be 3.
And that's super awesome.
Yeah.
Because like you get a melee kill and then you have like crowd control for like an entire section of the map. Super important. Super awesome.
So you're muted, Exo. Okay, you got it.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
I wanted to get your take on this. We were just talking about the Lunafaction boots. Is there any reason to use a rally barricade anymore with this? It seems like no.
I mean, if you're not a Warlock,
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it because I can just pop down my rift and like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think does it only reload it once or does it?
No, you don't have to even step out.
Yeah, it just seems like
unlimited.
Seems like your
Yeah,
ammo's
like,
unlimited.
It just stays reloaded.
Yeah, I just think that like the exotics that they've chosen for Warlock and Titan are like maybe not the Sunbracers, but the Lunafaction boots, and definitely the Titans with the Syntheseps and the Lion Rampants is like, oh, these are the exotics you're using. That's what they should have done.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done for the hunters. But like, we know you're using
Celestial now does 12x damage.
Celestial Nighthawk. Okay, we know you're using Celestial Nighthawk.
Yeah.
We know you're using Orpheus Rig.
Yeah.
We know you're using
Stompies.
the
Make my Stompies better.
Yeah.
What about the which I use a lot?
Yeah, make my worm husk just make me invulnerable the entire map.
What I use a lot in PvP is the Lucky Raspberry, you know, because I don't have to worry about the effects of Stompies. They're like, and the Lucky Raspberry. If I hit a grenade with like 2 people, I'm probably getting my grenade back.
Right.
But it's like what they've chosen for hunters is like dumb.
Well, I mean, it would have been cool if they gave you like a really big advantage for whatever the rework was, but I think number one, the Dragon's Shadow in PvE, which is like the most utility, like I was saying, because if you're reloading all your weapons, you would think, oh, that's cool because now I have more DPS. But with the Warlock having the Rift thing, it's like, who cares? Why would I want to dodge roll when I could just have unlimited ammo? You know, like, so I don't really know.
The Lunafaction boots are. I'm changing to the Lunafaction boots on my Warlock for sure, even though I don't play my Warlock hardly enough.
In PvE, at least, yeah.
And PvE for sure, yeah.
I think still.
Did we leave off on the
Ophidians.
Sunbracers? Did we talk about the Sunbracers
We
at all?
did, yeah. We talked about
Okay.
them. I said it's kind of weird how they say unlimited when it's limited, but it'll probably be 3, like Huffy was saying. You could probably throw like 3 grenades after the thing procs.
Solar melee kills. Like, I killed you, and now I can throw 500 grenades.
Yeah.
It's a time
Dude,
thing.
what if they can just scorch the earth for
What
like
if it's 10 seconds? Guys?
yeah, right?
What if
Just
that's
like
the brief time?
No, it's gonna be like 3 or 4 grenades.
yeah, because if they allow like 10 grenades that last a long time, it's literally just gonna tank people's frame rate. On console, they'll be like,
Yeah.
What about this in PvP, guys? What do you think about this? Like,
great.
like melee kills happen all the time.
mm-hmm.
So he was like, I'm wearing my sun bracers. I just killed you melee. It's like, I'm in a bad spot. I'm gonna throw 4 grenades down the hallway.
Well,
Yeah,
it'll be big for control because you get a melee kill and then throw all your grenades on the point, and then yeah, that'll
It's
be-
even bigger for countdown.
Yeah.
Because
with
you're
no radar
essentially-
though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because once the bomb is planted, you have like
30 seconds, right?
Yeah, and what the solar grenades will allow you to do is shrink that window to about like 15 seconds. Like you'll have like 15 to 20 seconds of bomb possible disarm time
Mm,
before they can block you off from the rest of the disarm time using a solar grenade.
right.
So it's gonna be really good.
So it's like the exotic that exotic is like a playmaker exotic, right? It's like it's
Yeah.
very situational, but when you do get in that situation, it's like, wow, I really feel much more powerful than I was before.
Well,
Yeah.
how long is it gonna burn for? Because it's got to be like, I can't see
Really
it.
Regular
long burn.
grenades.
They're long.
I can't see it being more than 10 seconds, right?
It won't be. It won't be.
Okay.
No. It'll probably be like 7 seconds.
Yeah.
But 7 seconds is huge.
But you're not going to be able to
Because-
stagger that, so you throw it, like you can throw 1, you can throw 2, but you're going to have to throw them like in succession. So
Yeah.
it's not like you're going to be able to stretch that out over 30 seconds or something like that.
Of course, but
Yeah.
like a bomb disarm time, like take a certain amount of seconds,
Yeah,
and you would have to get that on either side of
Yeah.
a grenade.
yeah.
Is all I'm
I'm
saying.
thinking about this on Callus.
So just
because,
never,
like, you
ever
kill a
plant the
dog
bomb.
before you kill Callus, like
Yeah.
PvE wise.
It's never been a good idea to plant.
Right.
You know,
I've been playing like a lot this week, and basically with the random teammates I've been playing with, I've just been telling people like, don't ever plant the bomb unless like you have a player advantage and you have like an orb lockdown near you.
Yeah.
That's really the only reason to do it, because then you force
use
the
the-
other 3 and you have numbers against them.
Yeah.
Well, like the first round, you plant fast because then like they think that that's how you're playing. You're always gonna be playing.
Well, if you're trying to play mind games, I guess, but it seems like
Yeah.
always a bad idea, because what you do if you plant, all of a sudden now you're stuck defending this small territory with no radar, and people can just come from every angle.
But you just have to defend one area instead of 2.
But it's bad with no radar because you have to be spinning the whole time trying to figure out where they're going to come from. And
Depends on the map, I guess. If it's on Fortress, then you're fine. You're fine to
because of the
plant on-
door,
to
the
plant on
goddamn door. Get rid of that
Yeah.
stupid door.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, you only use it to push an advantage. You
Yeah.
use it to create anxiety and like a time limit on the other team. Like you use it when you know that they need to make their moves faster than they
Yeah.
have time for.
Right.
Yeah,
Other
because they've
than
only
that-
got 40 seconds. That's it. That's all they've got.
Yep.
But at
That-
a disadvantage,
That's a long
planning is-
time.
Yeah.
It is a long time, but Titan Shield lasts 30 seconds. So
Yeah, with a bubble, but that can only win you 1 round.
yeah,
Unless
but that's the last round.
Yeah. So
You throw it in their face in the last round.
yeah. So the Nightfall this week, I found this kind of interesting because like they fixed, if you guys didn't know, the Lost Sector thing by making it so when you're in the public space before you get in the darkness zone, the score doesn't start racking up. But now that we have that fixed, we're not getting high scores anymore in the TWAB. So I was like really curious like how the scores are going now that you can't cheese it anymore.
Yeah. I'm expecting them to release something on Twitter. We'll probably get.
I'm curious. Maybe is it because they're like we want to like let people get leveled up higher first or something weird like.
It's possible.
But, huh, yeah, I don't know. I found it weird.
I don't know that people are like, because you can play with a 75 handicap now.
Oh my god.
In a Nightfall.
Wait, wouldn't everything be immune even at max level?
No, I guess you still do. Like it be basically like you're doing like the level is still there, but like your power level is what is that actually? Because it's made for 270.
It would be 315. 315 out of 270.
310. 310 is what it would be.
Yeah.
And so you'd be doing 310 in a 330 activity. So that's not crazy.
No, it's 360, isn't it? Or
Not
370?
when it's an original Nightfall. When it's an original Nightfall, it's 330. When it's a new Nightfall, it's 360.
Oh, that's weird.
It's because they want people to be able to play it who don't have the expansion.
Oh.
So with the new Nightfall going up
they
to
have the normal
75.
Nightfall for that. Like that doesn't make sense to have two different light levels for the Prestige Nightfall. I think it should be uniform. Like I get having the normal
the Nightfalls be specific difficulty. Yeah, I don't know why they do it, but it says 330 this week, and last week it said 360 for the Prestige.
Yeah, see, I'm fine with the normal being,
and that
low
normal's
level.
always 270.
Right, yeah, normal can be 270, so everyone can have access if it's, as long as they have access to the strike.
But the Prestige modifiers is what I'm talking about. So you can go with a minus 75 on that.
Yeah.
So with this week, you could be a 310 and a 330 instance.
Weird.
So everything would still be red bars for you, but they would still be killable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, this is a big plus. When you really think about it, you can do if you're 385 and nobody really is with weapons they want to use right now, you could do a minus 50 modifier and still be at 335, or a 55 modifier and be at 330 where they expect you to be at for the difficulty of the event.
Right.
That's awesome.
Which means you can have a 4-point increase on your point modifier without having any penalty whatsoever because your damage capped past a certain point anyway.
Did you get the rocket launcher last week, EXO?
Nope, I didn't. I didn't because I ran it several times. But I also heard that it wasn't as good as Sins of the Past.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was better or something, but I don't.
Well, they said like Sins of the Past has it has higher velocity, so it's like higher like Curtain Call. It's like a mix between Curtain Call and Sins of the Past. And
velocity doesn't matter as much in PvE though.
Yeah, so for me, I'm like, all right, well, it doesn't really bother me that I don't have it because Curtain Call not only has a higher reload, but it also has right around the same velocity. It doesn't have the blast radius that this new the Braytech Osprey has,
which is a weird thing because blast radius is good for ads, but blast radius is bad for the boss damage because it spreads your cluster bombs out and not all of them hit.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to matter. I mean, I haven't tried the difference between on Valkor, the final boss of Spire Stars. I haven't tried the difference between. I know it doesn't matter on Argos, Sins of the Past, or Curtain Call
because it's so
but
big.
You still go with Curtain Call because of faster reload.
Yeah.
Because the clusters hit the boss regardless.
Right.
But I know the clusters hit. Every single cluster hits Valkor with Curtain Call. Okay, and I know Curtain Call has a fast reload anyway, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to use Curtain Call.
Wouldn't Darcy be better for that, for actually any boss almost now, though?
See, the thing with Valkor is he has his crit point is his backpack, and it's really
you can't hit him in the head.
No, you can't hit him in the head.
Oh,
his head isn't a crit point.
Yikes!
It's right above his head. It does stick out it's like a big backpack like this, but it's really hard because of where you have to position yourself to not get killed by his rockets. Makes it next to impossible for you to actually shoot. And the boss is.
Yeah,
the boss is. I don't think Valkor staggers though. or not as much as Callus does for sure.
Yeah.
But Darcy is incredible to use on Argus, which doesn't move. He's just like a big blob. He's like,
Yeah.
he's just like,
And like every strike boss, like I'm seeing strike bosses get melted by Darcy now. It's crazy.
yeah. Well, I'll show you if you like next week we have the opportunity to get the shotgun, SMG, and sniper from Escalation Protocol, and I will be grinding nothing but Escalation Protocol until I get that.
You can get all three.
Yeah, potentially you're supposed to be able to get all three next week.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's good
So
because
you
I
have-
thought I was gonna have to wait like months to get like the stuff I missed.
So it's 5 weeks shotgun, SMG, sniper, and then the next 2 weeks will be any three. You'll have a 5% chance to get all of them.
Okay.
But here's the other thing. I guess from the rumor mill, it's rumored to not only give you a chance at boss 7, but it also gives you a chance at boss 3 and 5 next.
Okay. That's cool.
Sick.
Boss 3 and 5 are stupidly easy if you have 9 people. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
Well,
have
that's
anything else you want to talk about, or questions in
No.
chat or anything?
I do think it's interesting how we're talking about how we don't have Nightfall high scores though.
Yeah.
Like the Nightfall high scores must not be like pretty high for them to think like.
And it's interesting because
couple-
they raised it. They raised the bonus thing to 100,000. I haven't gotten 100,000 on any of them yet.
I'm still number 1 on
Yeah. Savathun's song.
Savathun's song.
Yeah.
Savathun song.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough to top that one, guys. If you can get a fraction of a point, let us know.
0.75.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's possible.
Closest to 0 without getting 0. Are you ever gonna do that Nightfall ever again?
No, I'm never doing that because I'll ruin it. I'll ruin
What-
my emblem.
What if Huffy, they give you, well, you're on PC now, so you don't even have that emblem. But what if they were like, it has a new hand cannon that it's called the Huffy, and
Okay.
it gives
Then
you
I would do it. I would wait at the start of the Nightfall until I got 0 points,
Yeah.
and then I would do it so it didn't fuck up my number 1.
What if they were like, you have to get at least 10,000?
Then I would not do it.
It's called the Huffy.
No, exactly. I know exactly what he would do. He would just buy a new account and do it. Like, I've got it.
Got it. Yeah, no, I'm
Uh,
never giving up that emblem. I gotta re-get it.
You have to re-get the emblem.
Well, I have to re-get it on PC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the one.
And the one.
So- Putting this out there again this week, guys. Call to action here. Make sure you tell everybody you know about this podcast. We're trying to get the word out, and get anybody involved that enjoys Destiny and wants to nerd out with us.
Nerd out.
We're looking for guests in the future. If you know anybody who might be interested, who's a content creator who focuses on Destiny mainly, then we'd be interested in having them on. Yeah, I want to expand this project going forward and see if we can accommodate as many people's interests as possible.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess that's going to do it for this week, guys. It was sort of a light news week, so we will get back to you with more info about that resilience thing too, and
Yep.
further testing. So
Well, that's got to be that. That either has to be something like an oversight from when they changed the damages from all the when they buffed all the damage. This was a couple of weeks ago, and we haven't really even noticed or even thought about it to look at resilience again.
they never
'Cause we were-
buffed damage on legendaries though.
Well, they did by buffing the base damage of the weapons.
In PvE only. I don't remember like
Yeah, it was just on some archetypes.
yeah,
The lightweights weren't
right,
supposed to be affected.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
But-
So, but that might have something to do with it. Just like another thing that they said is a bug that they're fixing this week is I mean, it wasn't mentioned in the TWAB, but they like if you've done Callus, Callus's shield is a lot harder to take down this week than it was.
Yeah, it
a
says
couple
it
weeks
says
ago.
it in the patch notes preview. right here.
Yeah,
I've got it
it's
highlighted.
because it of match game.
Yeah.
And like you're not matching a shield, and there's no damage that you can match that shield to.
Oh,
So they're fixing it
Mm.
because that wasn't intentional. But I mean, I'm thinking that this resilience thing might be something like that an unintentional thing that they might have changed in a game
Yeah, that's
mode
what I
that
think too. I think
has
that.
nothing to do with it is actually affecting something else in the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna put all of our names below so we don't have to do this obnoxious sign off every time. But I'm Recked. I'm Recked. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Later.
Bye bye.